Hello and welcome to the Christ and Culture webcast. I'm your host, Taylor DeSoto. So today, you might be interested in learning Greek based on some of the stuff we've been involved with lately and some of our videos. So I just wanted to kind of talk about how to get the most out of DuoLingo if you're using it. So as you can see, I've just done a little bit of DuoLingo. I started doing basically 5 out of 5, like maxing everything out, and then I realized that I was kind of forgetting too much. And so what my plan is now is that I'm going to be doing one of each, as you've seen, and then when I've done one of everything, I'm going to go back and do it all over again and just go through everything 5 times. So maybe that's not the best idea, but I'm also doing Pimsleur and reading and doing everything else. So I'm a full-bodied approach. Something I didn't mention the other night, also listening to people talking Greek, listening to your New Testament in Greek or whatever your source material is as well, and that's really helpful also. And just so people know, like the reason that we're really advocating for this method is just to show people that Greek is just a normal language. There's nothing mysterious about it. There's nothing mystic about it. It's not Gnostic. By the way, if you hear people saying that we're teaching that Greek is Gnostic, they are bearing false witness. They need to repent and turn away from that sin. They need to recant and apologize. We're not teaching that at all. We're teaching that Greek is just a plain old ordinary language. That's it. So when you get a translation of a word like trecho, to run, it's just, I run. That's it. There's no secret meaning. It doesn't mean anything crazy. It means I run. Anyway, back to DuoLingo. How to get the most out of DuoLingo. So we're just going to do, let's see, personal pronouns. We're going to do a lesson together. So normally you'd have your headphones in so you could hear it and then you'd say it back. So tous tro. And you say the word tous tro. And you say the words until you can say them right. And then you say it. I use the click things. You can use the keyboard, but I'm a bad speller. So, but you might want to do it that way. I just find this helpful. So, tro. Oh, it comes up with the definition. I was going to say I eat, and tous is them. So I eat them. Tous tro. There we go.
Αυτή του διαβάζει
So try
μια
not to do the hover over
εφημερίδα
if you
του.
can. So something helpful. So this he reads one newspaper. So let's see. And afti is she. So afti tu diavazi mia ephemerida. So I can say that, but you need to be saying it out loud. Obviously, like my pronunciation wasn't perfect. Obviously, I need to practice that, but that's the whole point. Don't be ashamed to say something wrong, especially if it means that you're just not going to say it. Because the way our brains learn language is when we say things and when we hear things, that's how we learn the language. When we get that sort of repetition and use out of words, you start to use them more and you learn them more and it's easier. For example, I think like Doug Wilson used the word flummoxed like years ago. And then when it happens, suddenly all these other people start using the word flummoxed because they see it and they're like, flummoxed, that's awesome. Flummoxed, I would say, is not like in the normal use of most people's vocabulary. So just think of it that way. Like when you introduce a new word into your vocabulary, you need to hear it a lot and you need to say it a lot and it'll be introduced into your vocabulary for life. So, afti tu diavazi mia ephemerida. Okay, obviously sloppy. I'm having trouble with the word diavazi. Diavazi. Afti tu diavazi mia ephemerida. Afti tu diavazi mia ephemerida. Okay, so that's how the process is going to look. And you just work and you work and you work until you get these pronunciations down. Take your time and get these pronunciations. Okay, so afti, she, and then it's a newspaper, her newspaper, that's possessive. So she reads her newspaper is what I think this says. So she reads, him a newspaper. Because that's, okay. Tu diavazi. She reads him a newspaper. Cool. And so if you get the initial translation wrong, try to understand why you got it wrong. And don't spend too much time on this because you need to be moving through these things. Okay.
Αυτοί μου διαβάζουν ένα βιβλίο.
Αυτοί μου διαβάζουν ένα βιβλίο. So they, αυτοί, read them, read me because mu. So αυτοί μου, they διαβάζουν, they read me
Αυτοί.
a βιβλίο, a book. A book. And you know it's not good because there's not like ev in there, kolos or kala or anything like that. So
Ο άντρας της διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο.
Ο άντρας της διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο. So the reason it's really important that you are saying these out loud, so notice how it's becoming easier for me to say the word διαβάζει. That first time we tried it, I was not embarrassed to admit that I didn't know it. Just say it and say it and say it. By the end of the exercise, you'll have the pronunciation down much better. All right, so the man,
Άντρας.
the men, let's see, of her, so tis. So her husband, because andras, her husband reads ένα βιβλίο, a book.
Η γυναίκα σου διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο.
Γυναίκα σου. So the woman reads a book. That's wife, I think. So the wife of you reads a book. Your wife reads or is reading a βιβλίο, book. Η γυναίκα σου, and you would η γυναίκα σου διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο.
Αυτή σας διαβάζει μία εφημερίδα.
Αυτή σας διαβάζει μία εφημερίδα. So she
αυτή
is reading a newspaper
σας.
to you. Sas. So the reason that you know like how sas works, so what's the word for hello? Yasas or adiosas for goodbye to you. So that's how I remember it. I'm not sure if that's like how you should remember it, but that's how I do. So aftisas diavazi mia efimerida. So she reads you a newspaper.
Αυτός μας διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο.
Αυτός μας διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο. Αυτός μας διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο. He, αυτός μας. So mas is like us. He reads us ένα βιβλίο, book. Αυτός μας διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο. Mark the correct meaning. Okay, so this one is really easy. Just kind of guess, like do like a multiple choice test where you just kind of guess the answer. You can do that. It's just not going to help you a whole lot. So she reads you. So afti διαβάζει. So διαβάζει is like he, she reads, but the format that they've been using in DuoLingo, αυτή βιβλίο, so her book or she book, that doesn't make sense. Αυτή σας διαβάζει μία εφημερίδα. She is reading you a newspaper. The girl reads him a book. Το κορίτσι του διαβάζει ένα βιβλίο. So κορίτσι is the word for girl. So that's the only one I'm seeing that has the word for girl. So that one seems like the right thing to me. So tokoritsi too. The girl, him, reads a book. She reads us a newspaper. So what's the word for us? Mas. So we're looking for one that has the word mas in it. She aftimas diavazi, mia efimerida. I read to them. So if you study like at seminary and everything, they're going to tell you, well, what case is going to be to and all that. You don't need to worry about that yet. So I read to them. Tus echi aftus. No, because echis is have. Tus koritzia aftus. That would be like the girls. Tus diavazo. So I read diavazo. I read tus to them. Mark the correct meaning. Oh, there we go. So I just completed that lesson. You've reached level 1 in personal objective pronouns. So obviously you kind of see the evolution from beginning to end. Your pronunciation is getting better if you practice your pronunciation, and it actually helps you to think through what you're translating out loud, say the words, and normally I would be listening to the words too, but you could probably hear my headphones, but I can hear them, but usually I'd have my headphones on and I'd be listening as well, repeating back. So my pronunciation would have been helped obviously by listening to the words. But I obviously had some trouble with the word diavazo or diavaze or vazi. Still having trouble with it. For some reason, that word is hard for me. Dia. And that's what they'll do in Pimsleur. They'll break it up. So dia, vazi, dia vazi. And that's how you do it if you want to like really get it down. For some reason in Greek, as an English speaker, I have trouble like looking at a whole word and like doing the whole thing at once. So if you break it into parts and then say it all together, it helps. So dia, zi, va, dia vazi. Hopefully that's helpful to people. So this has been kind of a screen flow on how to get the most out of DuoLingo, and hopefully it helps you. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a good day. So Evharisto, thank you. And have a good one. Let's see. Kalimera, good morning. It's still morning where I'm at. And hopefully you guys have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next time. Adiosas.